Hello everyone, welcome to the discussion segment of the Youth Arena program on ACNNTV. Today we're going to be discussing something very, very vital to the young persons, not just in Nigeria, but all over the world. We're going to be looking at the subject, youths as leaders of tomorrow. We're going to find out what it is, how to go about it as young persons, and how not to become what we are not supposed to become as leaders in Nigeria and beyond, of course. And with me this very beautiful day to discuss this wonderful topic are two fine gentlemen who are, doing very well placed in their organizations. With me today I have Anthony Emmanuel Enyang. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. He is the program officer for Holy Innocents Mission for Africa.
That's right.
Okay. And then the next fine young gentleman I have here is Chijindo Umunapwe, who is the team lead, corporate commissions and media relations for Guardians of the Nation International. Let me start with you, sir. Welcome.
Thank you very
Guardians
much.
of the Nations International. Are we fighting? Is there a war going on that we are defending?
No, it's Guardians of the Nation. So
Okay.
we guard the nation. What we do basically is to prepare leaders,
Okay.
to raise leaders that will fix the country, raise leaders that will stand tall in their different organizations, because the prosperity of every nation rises and falls on the fulcrum of leadership.
Yes.
So that's why it's so important for us.
Okay. Thank you very much for that clarification. Okay, what do you guys do at Holy Innocent Mission for Africa?
Holy Nation Mission for Africa is an international organization supported by some international friends of the founder. It's basically on the perspective of the international organization on the African child.
Okay.
So we are on looking at the orphanage. Secondly is we have a school for the less privileged.
Okay.
I also have hospital for the less privileged. Also, though it's just for children.
Okay, so it's an outreach to African children.
Yes.
Okay.
But we're starting with Nigeria for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. We're to be discussing youths as leaders of tomorrow. So before we get right into what we have, what's your perspective about leadership? What do you think leadership is? Let's start with you, sir.
Okay, so thank you for that. I've grown personally very passionate when we talk about leadership, because leadership is the foundation on which prosperity revolves. Companies, progress, prosperity, all depend on leadership. If you have the right pegs and the right holes, you make a lot of progress.
Yeah.
But when you have the wrong people manning positions of leadership, you always get the wrong result. They say a pack of lions led by a sheep will lose a battle against a pack of sheep led by a lion. So in the end, it's all about leadership. That's the foundation of it. That's how you drive courage. That's how you drive vision. That's how you drive progress. So leadership is the core. So you can get most of the people to become great leaders. You definitely will make that place, organization, country, community prosperous.
Okay, so what in your own terms is leadership?
In my
Does it have a definition for you, or it can be explained?
Certainly. What
like
I talk about is in a way general.
Okay.
But leadership is the ability to influence, inspire, motivate a group of people to achieve a particular goal for
influence, motivate,
and drive a community of people towards achieving a particular goal per time.
All right. Thank you very much for that. Okay, over to you, sir. In your own terms, what do you think leadership is?
To me, one of the things that I always look at leadership as is, everything falls and rises on leadership. So I believe with leadership, we have a better tomorrow. With leadership, we even have a better today. So to me, leadership is ability to lead, that is to direct, to instruct, and to guide on how to achieve a particular goal. And you don't forget, unity is also there under leadership. The ability to unite and let people see the same vision we are seeing, so that we can achieve the expected result. Okay,
so in a nutshell, we can agree that leadership has to do with somebody taking people from point A, where they are, to point B,
where they
need
to be.
to be. be.
That's right.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Now, diving right into what we're to discuss today, are youths really the leaders of tomorrow? Because I know growing up, primary school, secondary school, we keep hearing youths are the leaders of tomorrow, and it seems like the tomorrow never came. It has just bluntly refused to come. People who are presidents, as people who we recited to be the presidents as part of history, are being recycled over and over again. So are we really the leaders of tomorrow? Let's start with you on that, sir.
To me, actually, we are not leaders of tomorrow. I'm saying that the tomorrow has already passed.
Okay.
We have not been the leader yet because of a lot of challenges. Okay, let's see Nigeria as a case study. Look at our president, 76 years. That's what we have heard.
That's what
officially declared age. Now, according to the United Nations definition of a youth, between the age of 18 to 35. Now, let's calm down. How many of our youth have been in the position of leadership? For example, the president, governor, speaker of the House of Reps, the Senate, even to House of Assembly. So our youth are not yet the leaders of that tomorrow. And besides, the tomorrow has already passed.
Okay, you are saying the tomorrow has already passed. Okay, maybe in time to come we'll get clarification on what you mean by that. The tomorrow has already passed. Okay, we'll get back to you on that, sir. Okay, so in your own words, sir, are youths really leaders of tomorrow?
Well, it depends on, we need to look at who a leader is. First of all, so a leader is a person who has the ability to inspire, motivate, and, you know, move a particular group of people to a particular destination to achieve without manipulation or coercion or force. So when they say youth are the leaders of tomorrow, they're trying to say that youths are not equipped to lead from today. They don't have the capacity to inspire, to motivate, and to do all of what a leader is supposed to do today. So a leader is supposed to emerge out of a young person through the experiences the person has gone through. But what that particular statement doesn't say is when that tomorrow would come. But the point is that we are all leaders today. Both children in the house, both kids in the school, both in the family, we are all leaders. We are influencing either ourselves or the people in our spaces. So when we fail to realize that fact, we are failing to equip ourselves for the journey ahead. So youth are not necessarily the leaders of tomorrow. They are leaders of tomorrow starting from today. So, I mean, the fact that leaders, young people are not properly equipped is also something that we need to look at. But ideally, they are not the leaders of tomorrow. They are the leaders of today. They are the leaders of today. And maybe you might want to say that the leaders of tomorrow starting from today, but tomorrow is actually important in the life of a youth as long as leadership is concerned.
Thank you very much for that. So, you are trying to say that young persons, youths, are not necessarily leaders of tomorrow.
Yes.
They are leaders of today.
Absolutely.
And it has to do with a mindset that will help them to start taking responsibility from today and not waiting for a tomorrow that may never come.
Absolutely.
Know? Okay. So maybe I don't know that you have any other thing to add to that.
To clarify what I said before.
Okay.
You know, I said the tomorrow has already passed.
Okay.
You know, there's leadership in general context, and there's leadership based on the political positions in Nigeria. So I'm looking at that. That's where I said the tomorrow has already passed. Because if you look at, let's start from 1999. From 1999 till now, you see that the young people that were 18 years as at then, a lot of them are past 35 years, which they are no more youth. So the tomorrow of them, which they're supposed to be in the position of leadership, has already passed. I agree with him that the youth are supposed to be the leaders of today in the general context. But in the context of politics in Nigeria, we have failed woefully because we have not equipped ourselves. You know, secondly, our political setting also need a lot of finances. So in the educational aspect and the financial aspect, so we have missed. Now that's why we missed that yesterday. So now a lot of them has passed even 40. So they are looking at starting afresh in that.
Okay, so if I get what you're trying to say, it's more like a wake-up call. If the young persons can realize that the tomorrow they are looking at
has already
passed, it will help them wherever they are right now. Right now.
That's right.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Now, you made mention about the need for young persons to be equipped. Can we put that under one of the challenges young persons face in their quest to rise into leadership? And if yes, are there any other challenges you can pinpoint in that regard?
Well, primarily, yes. Because if young people are equipped, in a way, it helps them thrive. Because knowledge is the foundation of leadership. It is said, I think it was Dr. Linus Okore that usually has this quote. He says, leadership flows to the one who knows. So whether you're young or old, if you are well knowledgeable, leadership flows to you. Because leadership is about staying ahead. It's about knowing a little more than those you lead and having a bird's eye view of whatever it is, maybe the vision or whatever it is you're pursuing as a cause. So most young people just talk about, we want to become leaders, but they're not equipped. They don't know what it means to cast a vision. They don't know what it means to do, be vast in resource mobilization, or all of the things that leaders really do need. So they just talk about leadership without having the foundational understanding of what leadership is or what it entails for them. And by the way, nobody gives you power in that sense. You go for it. All over the world, there's nobody that will call you and say, I want to give you power. You go and get it. So if you know what it means, you get into the race. You're going to fight with everybody. You're going to push with everybody. And if you're resilient enough, they'll give you space. So the point is, there's a place of mentorship, though, from the older generation to take up the younger generation, actually see them as people who can take up the baton from them. So because if the place of mentorship is about passing the baton on and letting them learn, understudy you, and all of the things. I mean, it's a fantastic way to grow. Because as a young person, if you don't grow, you can never be fit for those positions you're aspiring in the future. So the role of the people who are ahead and those who are currently in power is to intentionally equip the young people. Because if you don't equip them, when their time comes, they'll keep making mistakes. But on the part of the young people, there's a place of responsibility and, taking the bull by the horn and say, you know what, even if nobody gives me opportunity, I'm going to give myself an opportunity. So I think that's what it is.
All right. Thank you very much. Are there any other challenges you can identify as one of the things, holding back young persons from rising into leadership?
Yes.
Maybe one or two.
I mentioned one before when I was talking before, finances.
Okay.
In Nigerian politics, you see, finances is very important. Money is very, very vital. It plays a vital role in, and you look at it this way. Though the bill, the not too young to run bill that was passed has reduced to 30 and 25. That one has been taken care of. But then the finances, for example, like APC came up with 45 million naira nomination form of interest to be a president. For how many young people in Nigeria will be able to bring out this money from their pocket? Even this finances is not only
restricted to politics,
Nigeria, to Nigeria alone, because even I follow this Ukraine election very well. I just won by this comedian. I followed it very well. Even this what do you call them, Spain? That just the social party just won about 139 seats in the house. So all of those things they have the difference is because they contribute money, and that was what Yaga was trying to do in Nigeria, whereby every young person will contribute 50 naira to support one particular young person in Nigeria. If you have up to 1 million youths bringing out 50 million, you know what that can do, and you know that your money, your finances is inside, so we can have. So that's one of the challenge. Another one that he was talking about is this intellectual ability. We are not ready intellectually, but the mentorship aspect, the elderly people, the people before us, they are not ready. I know I've gone to a lot of them to they just accept me. Say no, let's wait till our time comes. And I asked, when will our time come? That's when we don't know. So we, like he said, I support that particular point. We have to take the power by ourselves. If not, power has never been given to anybody.
Okay, thank you very much for that.
Something.
Okay.
One of the problems and challenges that we face as young people, maybe let's focus on Nigeria, is the fact that there are lots of challenges around our finances. Like he said, a young person who is still trying to find his feet and maybe get a job to at least fend for himself will have a problem getting involved in politics, because you have to basically survive before you can thrive. It's after surviving that you're able to thrive and then balance and say, okay, you know what, I think I want to represent my community in so and so. I want to go to the House of Reps. But your family and people around you just wonder what you're talking about if you're simply interested in running for some House of Rep as a young person, no matter how knowledgeable you are, when you can't properly feed yourself, when you can pay your rent, when you can't get by yourself. I mean, that is basic. So when the place of the government in supporting young people is at least to make sure that the foundation is there, that people can get jobs when they're out of school. When they've gone to school, I mean, they can fend for themselves, because it's by fending for yourself, fending for your family, that you can now say, okay, you know what, let me give back.
Relaxed, yeah.
You know, that's one major challenge that we have as young people in Nigeria.
Thank you very much. Now, as a means to round up, just in a sentence or thereabouts, how can we start leading, since we are to start leading from today? Just in a nutshell. Our time is already up.
My point is, let us unite and grab this power by ourselves.
Okay, Mr. Young has said his own. All right, sir. How can we start leading today?
Okay, so how we'll start leading today is not going to be a corporate thing. It's going to be an individual thing. Okay. Take a responsibility as a young person on a personal note that I'm going to be a leader, that I'll learn as much as possible. I'll connect with mentors. They might not give you a space, but keep pushing, keep calling, keep texting, keep connecting, because in the end, it's about you. And when you are ripe for it, the world will know, and all of us will gravitate towards you. So power is not given, power is taken. So go for it.
Thank you very much. We trust you've been blessed by this section. Until we come here with next time, keep in mind that we are leaders of today and not of tomorrow. Start doing something today to make a difference where you are, and in due time, your world will celebrate you. Sit back and enjoy the rest of the program. God bless you. Hello people, welcome to the leadership segment of the Youth Arena program. Today, we'll begin learning about increasing your potential. If you are like most people, I bet you'd like more out of life than you are currently experiencing. Maybe you are not succeeding in all the ways you desire in life, or perhaps you are less than fully satisfied with your progress. Are you getting done all that you want to do? Or do you want to see more, do more, and be more? What's getting in your way? What's limiting you? Do you even know? If you don't know what's limiting you, how will you remove it? You've probably heard the saying, if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten. I desire in this series to help you do something new so that you can see something new. Change doesn't always have to be drastic to be effective, and change is necessary for you to reach your potential. Therefore, I want to help you change your thinking and expand your ability. I want you to accept the challenge of releasing the power of your potential, thereby changing your life. Are you willing to do that? If yes, then the process begins with awareness. It begins with learning. In line with learning, here are a few things you must note about potentials. Number one, your potentials isn't set. What that means is that most people think their potentials are set or fixed. They have defined their capacity as high, low, or average, or perhaps settled into a level of achievement that they believe is what's possible for them. That's the problem. Most people easily give up on the idea that their capacity or their potential can grow. So all they do is try to manage whatever they think they've got, and that can be very confining. While I believe 100% that people can grow, change their capacity, and increase their potential, I also acknowledge that all of us have caps on our capacity. And while some caps are fixed, most are not. We can't allow these unfixed caps to keep our lives from expanding. We can't let these caps define our potential. Therefore, we must look beyond the caps or limitations, as the case may be, and see our true potential. The second thing you note about potentials is that you can become aware of the possibilities that can make you better. Very important. All lasting growth requires awareness. You need to become aware that you are currently living below your potential if you are going to do anything to improve. Even if you've been a highly productive and successful person, you can increase your potential because you have more in you that you haven't yet tapped, and there is a forward path to greater potential if you are willing to take it. Self-awareness is a powerful skill that enables you to see yourself clearly. It informs your decisions and helps you to weigh opportunities. It allows you to test your limits and empowers you to understand other people. It even makes partnerships with other persons stronger and allows you to maximize your strengths, minimize your weaknesses, and opens the door to greater potential. We naturally tend to see things as we have always seen them. But if we want to increase our potential, we must see differently and be willing to look at ourselves and our world in new ways. Becoming self-aware also requires help from other people who can see you more clearly than you can see yourself. You need to find someone, a trusted friend, perhaps a colleague, a mentor, or family member who can help you, direct you, and provide you with repeated, honest feedback. The next thing you note about potentials is that you can remove the caps from your capacity. We often believe that some of the restrictions we experienced earlier in life are permanent, or we've been told we have limitations that we actually do not possess. And these things keep us from taking the journey in life that we long for. These are the chains we need to break. Birth caps, such as where you were born, who your parents are, your birth order, your siblings, your upbringing, your genetic makeup, your race, bone structure perhaps, height, life experiences such as accidents, illnesses, the loss of loved ones, and all of that, all constitute caps or possible limitations to reaching the full extent of your potentials. But this shouldn't be, especially when they are not within your control. We must learn to live with these circumstances and make the best out of them. When we blow off these caps on our capacity, the way for growth is open for us. The next thing you note about potentials is that your potential can be developed. Everyone has potentials based on their natural talents. While some areas of potentials require very specific inherent abilities, others are more general in nature and rely on multiple skill sets. Whatever your own case, it can be developed once it is identified. What doesn't come naturally to you can be developed over time with trainings, study, and a lot of practice. Potentials can be developed over time, and yours isn't an exception if you are willing to do the work needed. In conclusion, God desires that you live your life on the earth to the fullest of your potential. He desires you rise above perceived limitations, especially the ones you have no control over. You might currently be living below your potential, but you can improve by making up your mind to stop existing and start living the life God will have you live, thereby being a blessing to your world. In subsequent episodes, I trust to have you enlightened on things you should increase on as regards your potentials. But for today, we're going to bring it to a wrap. I trust you have been enriched by today's leadership segment. Till I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of the program. God bless you. Hello there, how are you doing? You're welcome to this segment of the Youth Arena. That's the Youth of the Week, and we trust you'll be inspired, we trust you'll be motivated. And with us in the studio today to inspire you, motivate you, is a fine gentleman who is an evangelist, an author of several books, and a motivational speaker. He's no other person but Chukudubem Wisdom Obi. You're welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. So you're an author.
Yes, sir.
and a motivational speaker and an evangelist, plus other things you told me about that I wouldn't mention. Okay, so what inspired you into writing, into motivation?
I may say that my major source of inspiration is the Word of God.
Okay.
Then I also speak motivation from the life of other people that have gone far. That test became a testimony. It motivated me, gave me the idea to impact people through motivational write-ups and talks.
Okay, so your watchword is impact.
Yes.
Impacting the lives of people. Now, among the several books you've written, just maybe one or two books that you've written, and we get to know about them.
Okay, turning disability to creativity, too motivated to be frustrated.
Turning disability to creativity, too motivated to be
frustrated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just tell us maybe about one of them. Let's learn from
Okay. Turning disability to creativity was one of the best books I've ever written. Although by God's grace I've published 8 books. I'm working on 2 recently. Okay. I came to understand that the greatest disability is the inability to put your mind into activity.
Okay, can you say that again?
Yeah, the greatest disability is the inability to put your mind into activity. Yes, because your mind is the centerpiece of who you are. It is what you conceive you achieve. So that is the mind. Yeah.
Okay, so now, what are some of those disabilities that you feel hinder a lot of persons from reaching the peak of?
Yes, the first one is background.
Okay.
And I tell young people, don't let your background to put your back on the ground. Yeah, don't let your background to put your back on the ground. The greatest limitation of a man is his background. I once tell people, for you to go far, even though you live in a hut, you can tell yourself, I live in a hut, but a hut does not live inside me. No, what lives inside you is what you want to become in life. So I see background as one of the limitations to people. Yeah.
All right, background. Is there any other? Did you come from a wealthy background? So how were you able to deal with your own background? Rising, especially mentally. How were you able to deal with whatever background you came from to get liberated mentally?
To tell you the truth, to tell God the truth, I didn't come from a wealthy background, but I came from a moderate background. Good clothes, good food, normal schools, up to the high institutions, and after that I did my postgraduate courses. So just a moderate background that can be able to give me the basic amenities I need.
Okay.
Yes.
So you know persons who are in situations that you are better than.
Yes.
And then perhaps they've excelled in life, and then there are others who are in such situations and they are still using it as excuses.
Yes.
What would you tell people in that category of excuses?
Yes. What I would tell them, like the Bible says, "Oh man, you are inexcusable." Excuse is the ways of a man that has failed. People don't believe your story. What they believe is your result. Everybody have a story, but what we believe is history. The history is the glory in a story. So you can go beyond your limitation. If only you can have motivation. If only you can go with God. I tell them, no matter the obstacle, God can take you to the pinnacle and make you a spectacle of miracle. All you have to do is just to hold on to God. Even those that came from honorable background, they also have their own challenges they face too. So just believe that God can turn your pieces into masterpiece. He can turn our pieces into his mouthpiece. So all you have to do is just hold on to God. And once you hold on to God, he will give you the direction. One thing with God is that God may not do things in an automatic way. God may not do things in automatic way, but whatever God does is authentic. Just bit by bit, just holding on to God. He will give you a vision. He will give you the determination. He will give you the aspiration. Then life is all about patience too. If you can hold on to one thing and do it consistently, you see that you become something in life. Just patience and hard work and integrity. Okay. That's all you need.
You mentioned something about consistency. We're going to close with that.
Okay.
If you pick one thing and do it consistently, you'll be amazed at how it will turn out for you. So to our audience out there, I'm going to ride on the wings of what you just said. In addition to the patience, to the integrity, to the hard work and all of that, we add consistency. First of all, you discover what it is you are good at, or you should get trained at to become the best in, and then you consistently hit it. Whether profit enters or profit doesn't enter, you keep hitting it, because with consistency, anything is possible. Thank you very much for sharing from the wealth of knowledge. And to our audience, we trust that you've been blessed, you've been motivated. Till we come your way next time, keep being all that God has designed you to be. Keep working in patience, in hard work, in diligence, and most importantly, consistency. And there's no limit to who you will become in life. Thank you very much. I remain Kelechukwu Eze. See you next time.